What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So glad that you decided to stop back by for yet another snatch and slay session with your girl. And today, just gonna be doing a little chit chat, get ready with me video. This is actually probably gonna be my first get ready with me chit chat videos type thing. So I'm excited about that. I just thought I'd play around with some of the products I'm going to use today are sort of on the newer side. I've used most of them before, but there are a couple products that are newer, so we're just gonna play around with some makeup and just chuck it up a little bit. But before we jump into it, of course, there's a couple things I need you to do for me. Be sure to like, comment, and most of all, subscribe to my channel so you can be a part of the Snatch and Slay gang. Make sure you click that bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads, therefore making it easier for you to snatch and slay on the regular. Now, let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? It's been probably like a couple of weeks since I filmed. I don't really have a reason for it. I've just been a little on the lazy side here lately. And then my actual job has been really hectic. We're kind of slowly building up occupancy, you know, with this whole pandemic going on. I've just been a little drained, but I'm trying to get back into the mix, okay? In today's look that we're doing, there's nothing special. We're just gonna be playing around with some makeup and just chalking it up, like I said. So, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into this primer by Too Faced, the Hangover Replenishing Face Primer, and this is a sample size, but still gets the job done. Hope everybody's been doing good, and considering what's going on in the world, which is so many different situations, but like I always say, you have to stay prayed up in these times, because if you let it drain on you and get to you and panic about, you know, what exactly, you know, every situation that's going on, you're probably gonna go crazy. And it's not really good to, you know, kind of live in fear when things happen like this in the world. It's always good just to stay prayed up and just know who you are and who you belong to, and just know that God's got it. That's all. That's the easiest way that's the best way I know how to deal with situations. I just know that God is in control, and there's absolutely no reason for me to panic or worry about anything that's going on, because He promised never to leave us nor forsake us. Now we're gonna jump in to our eyebrows. I was gonna do these off camera, but I guess I just figured, well, why not? I'll just go ahead and do them on camera. I mean, you guys see me do them before, but you'll see me do them again today. And we're just gonna brush these bad boys out with a spoolie. What I really wanted to talk about today was trying to become the beauty guru that I'm trying to be, I guess you could say, because I'm not quite there yet. I have a total of 40 subscribers right now on YouTube, which isn't a great number, but you know, I'm slowly getting there. Obviously, I know this whole thing isn't gonna happen overnight, and you know, I'm not worried about, you know, not becoming successful at this, because like a lot of things, I prayed about it before I even got into it, and I'm just like, well, Lord, if, you know, this is something that I was meant to do, and, you know, that was in my path all along, then I really want to be prosperous at it. I really want to be successful at it. I don't want to be mediocre. I want to be the best I can be if this is what I'm going to do. As, you know, anything else that I've ever gotten into, like if I got into something and it didn't work out, then I just, you know, hopped out of it and just tried something else. But this is the first time I've actually had like a great passion to to do something, and I don't know, I just felt it that it was the right thing to do. So yeah, it's obviously, I know, it's gonna take time for me to get to where I want to be in this thing. So we're gonna go in with the Nyx Eyebrow Gel to start sculpt out my eyebrows here. Just going in with this angled brush on the other side of this. But there's like so many, YouTubers that I follow, and YouTube is like like the main social media that I'm always on. Like I love watching videos, and one of my favorite things is people that I follow or subscribe to when they post new videos, and I'm like, hey, I got something to watch. Like, I'm so excited to watch, and what they have, see what's new with them or whatever, and whether they be makeup people, people in the beauty community, or a reality star that I may follow. Like, I follow a lot of reality TV stars that I first seen on TV, and I'm just following their life now and seeing what they're doing. I love that. I just feel like it just gives me a great pleasure and joy to see something new from like the people that I'm subscribed to. It's just, I don't know, for some reason it's satisfying. So, and I hope one day, somebody will feel the same about my videos, and be excited for me to post something new because they are subscribed to me. I feel like, yes, one day that will happen, because I've already claimed it. I'm just gonna go through and brush the hairs out with the product in it. But yeah, I do have to say that starting, even, becoming, putting your foot in the door, excuse me, putting your foot in the door when it comes to, even, when it comes to like posting your first video on YouTube, it's a little intimidating because, like I said, like obviously, if you've always been into YouTube, regardless if you make content or not, you more than likely you are subscribed to plenty of other YouTubers or whatever, and like I said, whether that be in the beauty community or video gaming or do-it-yourself videos, whatever, I'm sure those people that you follow have like millions or thousands of subscribers, and here you are sitting over here with your little, like me, your little 40. Like, it's a little intimidating. It's just like, dang, am I ever gonna get there, just to be real. But like I said, I know that this thing is not gonna happen overnight, but I claim that it will happen. So I just gotta keep pushing and doing my thing, and eventually I will get there. So I ain't worried. Now we're gonna go on with this Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer by Makeup Revolution. I think I've only used this like once, so it was a pretty decent concealer. So I'm just gonna go on with this secondary angle brush and just sculpt out our eyebrows here. I've gotten a lot of support from my family and friends, really just encouraging me and everything. So shout out to you guys, you know who you are. Love you dearly. I think it's important that you have support when you're getting into something like this. When you're getting into anything really, but especially if it's something that, could easily flop and not work out for you. It's good to have that that bit of motivation behind you. Just gonna go in with some more of this concealer and coat our lids. I'm going with this angle sponge and blend this on out. And there's actually like so many fields, I guess you could say, that I guess could be like a simpler term to put it, when being a YouTuber. You got the beauty community, you got the gamers, you have the do-it-yourselfers, you have people who, you know, make little videos for cartoon, for certain cartoons like my nephew watches. Like, just there's so many different types of videos on YouTube. One that I've chosen, beauty. There's so many beauty gurus. There's so many makeup. There's so many beauty expertise, you know, when it comes to YouTube. So it's kind of like walking into a field of Waldos, if you will, and you're wearing the striped shirt, the red and white striped shirt, just like everybody else, and you're just trying to find your place. You're just trying to find your footing, you know. So in that case, you're not really trying to find the actual Waldo. You're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find who you're trying to find your inner Waldo, if that makes sense. So it's just like walking into like a whole world of people who do the same thing, you know, but you're just trying to make what you do stand out to somebody else. And I think that's the intimidating part about it, for me anyway. Now we're gonna go in and set our eyes here with this Beauty Bakery Flower Better Not Bitter setting powder. And this is in the shade Almond. Sometimes I forget to tell you the shade names of things. I'm so sorry. We're gonna go in and continue to carve out our eyebrows on the top portion with this LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Chestnut. I'm just gonna go in with that same angle brush that we used earlier. You know what? I've been meaning to share my mirror with you guys. So obviously you've seen it. You've seen it in a couple of my videos or whatever, but I got this mirror. You see it's a little worn and stuff, but it has like this nice little, I don't think you could tell in the camera, but it has like this nice little knitting. It's like it's an antique mirror, and I got it at an antique shop for $9. And I absolutely love this thing. I feel like it's like a treasure that I picked up somewhere, you know, because it's like so old-timey and antique-ish. So love this thing. And I've been wanting a hand mirror for a while, and I didn't want a basic rinky-dinky one. So this, when I saw this in the shop, I was just like, oh my god. It didn't have a price on it or anything, but these nice ladies were just like, oh yeah, you can have it for $9, hon. They're, you know, they're nice and southern. So, yeah, I think I got lucky. We're just gonna go in with the same angle brush or sponge to blend this out. All right, now we're gonna jump into this Full Up Orange eyeshadow palette by Touch and Soul. And I actually got this in my BoxyCharm this past month, and I figured I might as well try it out on here for you guys to see what it working with. And it's a nice little collection of shades here. You got some like pressed glitters, a couple mattes and shimmers. So we're gonna see what we got to work with here. Like I said, yeah, there's a couple of products that are brand new to me that I've picked up since I last filmed. So we're gonna see. I'm not sure if these shades have a name, which I don't think they do. Anyway, I'll let you know what shade I'm using. Not going for any particular look, we're just gonna see what we come up with here. No, I've really grown to love the art of makeup, or beauty in general. So I'm getting even more into the other side of beauty, like when it comes to your skincare and everything like that, because obviously I get a lot of skincare products as well from BoxyCharm, and it really gets me motivated to take care of my skin, which my skin isn't horrible, but I do have like dark spots and stuff like that, so it's nice to dabble in that as well. And I feel like I'm just getting kind of grasping the whole realm of all beauty, so really becoming the well-rounded beauty guru that I aspire to be. So we're gonna first jump into this color right here, the shade. It's a little coral, and we're just gonna take that into, or right above the crease area. It's a nice pop of color for a transition. So the other day I went into Sephora. I don't really get to go to Sephora much because there's not really a Sephora close to me to where I live. So I either go to actual drugstores like CVS or Walgreens, or most of the time I go to Ulta Beauty. But I was in an area where I was able to go to a Sephora, and of course, you can't sample anything, you can't touch anything. It's just like, I was afraid to even get close to a palette that they had, an eyeshadow palette or anything they had laid out to where you can see it, but you couldn't touch it. You can look, but you can't touch. So this pandemic has just ruined everything. And when you go into, beauty stores like that, normally you want to be able to know that a certain shade or, lipstick shade or eyeshadow palette or whatever is going to work for you. Because you want to take it home and then you look crazy. You just spend all this money and it's not even up to par with what you need. So it's really hard to go in those stores and literally not be able to touch anything. Like the workers in there literally come up to you. They might as well pop your hand and be like you're a 5-year-old, don't touch that. I'm just like, sorry. I know it's all for the best. They're just trying to look out for everybody's health. I get it. It's just a headache. Now I'm gonna jump in to this darker shade here, the darker shade in the palette. I'm just gonna take it on the outer corner here. This shade has a slight shimmer to it, a little sheen. So it's interesting. It's always interesting to me when a darker shade is actually a shimmer, because now that I have it on my lid, it's a little more so of a shimmer, not a matte shade. But it looks like a matte, so I'm not sure. I'm kind of torn. I mean, it's blending out okay, but I'm just seeing a little bit more of the sheen once I put it on my eye. But it is getting the job done, I must say. So I hope everybody had a good 4th, by the way. I know this year was very much different because I don't think anybody was doing fireworks. I bought a couple of fireworks for my family to do at my parents' house, but I don't think there was actually anywhere where we could actually go where they were actually doing them. So it was just really weird this year. It was weird. It wasn't like any other year. So I'm torn on what shade I should go with. Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna take this shade here, and it's a little shimmer shade, so I'm just gonna take that on the lid. Gotta be honest, I'm not super crazy about this look, but it will do. I'm just going back in with some more of that darker shade to help blend everything out. Moving on. I don't think I'm crazy about this eyeshadow palette either. It's okay. Nothing spectacular. We'll say that. Now that's another thing I like about this thing. I love trying new makeup products out. Just trying out new stuff is like rapidly becoming one of my favorite things to do, just because a lot of times you won't see on TV or even in magazines or whatever, you won't really see advertisements for higher end products when it comes to makeup. So you really rely on YouTubers or, beauty guru influencers to try these products out to see if they're even worth buying. New products that are, hot off the press, they're gonna try out for you to let you know whether it's even worth your money. So that's something that I wanna, give to other people who might be wondering if a certain thing is worth their time or money, So that's another thing that's become one of my favorite things to do, is trying out new products. Like, so great. So now we're gonna jump into foundation. I'm gonna go on with the Insta Bake Aqua Glass Foundation by Beauty Bakery, and gonna pop some on our skin here. Still not fond of the smell of this stuff, but it does the job, so cannot complain with that. And it's super full coverage. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did review this on my channel, and there are some other things that I want to get from it, the Makeup Line Beauty Bakery to test out for you guys, but stay tuned for that. Just gonna go in and blend this all out with the blending brush. But I know sometimes you probably hear like click clacking, like claws hitting the floor, and that is my beloved dog Kobe, as I have told you before. I don't know about you, but like if I watch other people's videos and I hear their pet like lingering around or whatever, I want to know what they look like. I want to like see their dog, because I'm a big dog person. So I'm gonna show you my pet. Come here, Cobes. Come here. This is Kobe. He's a Shih Tzu. He's about 4 years old, and he's in desperate need of a haircut right now. But this is my baby. So when you hear the click clacking on the floor, this is who you're hearing. He's not very social. Now we're gonna jump into back into this stop that. We're gonna jump back into this now he wants to play. I did it to myself. I'm sorry. We're gonna jump into this back into this Conceal and Define concealer by Makeup Revolution to conceal out our under eyes and T-zone. And I've been taking my concealer up in this V shape lately just because I feel that it gives a nice lift to this portion of the face. Just makes it look lifted. I'm going and blend it out with the Beauty Blender. And I've been using a bigger Beauty Blender here lately. I know I usually use that super small one, but the bigger one just helps to blend it out a little faster. I'm gonna take this angled portion of the Beauty Blender so I could keep the angle, which really helps out. You see that? Bow! And this concealer is very subtle. It's not like super brightening, but you can still tell that the tones of your skin, you know, the areas that should be highlighted are highlighted enough so you can tell, but not super crazy. It's very subtle. It's a very subtle concealer, which is what I like about it. And I was gonna go on with my I Heart Revolution baking powder, but I think I'm just gonna go back in with the Flower setting powder by Beauty Bakery just to keep the subtleness, because I don't think I want to go super bright today. So I'm gonna go back in with this Morphe M581 brush and just set the places that need to be set so we don't move throughout the day. This powder is clearly not as bright as the other powder by I Heart Revolution that I normally use, so just to keep the subtleness of the look that we're going for, figured we just jump back in with this. One thing I love about this powder is it's supposed to be filter. Look, you have like a filter on your face from like an app like Snapchat or whatever, and it really stands true to that. The foundation itself claims to do that as well, and I really do believe that it does so. So again, no Snapchat filters for me today, boo. So we're not gonna cream contour today, so we're just gonna hop into this Hoola bronzer by Benefit in the shade Toasted, and I have hit pan on this too, so that's good. I like to be able to actually go through makeup products and not have so much that I don't know what to do with it. So it's gonna go on with this contour brush by Lexi and start to sculpt out our cheeks here. And go on the forehead as well. I'm just gonna take this flat brush here and sculpt out our nose as well. Now we're gonna jump into this palette here. I can't tell you how excited I am to actually have this palette in my possession because I waited so long to get it. So let me just tell you the story. When Ulta first opened up where you can actually go back into the store and shop and not have to shop online and then go pick it up, because I hate that. Just because, like I said, makeup doesn't work that way. You have to know that something's gonna work out for you. So when the store first opened up, this is like one of the first things I wanted to go get, and this is Zarian Blush Palette Volume 1 by Juvia's Place. And I seen this palette online, and sorry, I seen that Ulta had it in the store, so this is like the first thing I wanted to go get. Well, of course, I go, and they're out of this palette. So, of course, lucky me. So I just go online and order it from Juvia's Place. I just went to Juvia's Place, the website, and ended up getting it offline. So, and this is just such a beautiful palette. This is a blush palette, and it's just, the colors work. This is gonna be only like my second time using it, but the color just works so well for my skin tone. Like, it's perfect, absolutely magnifico. So, super excited to actually have this palette in my possession. Anyway, we're gonna hop into one of the highlighters here. So in the palette you have, these are all, I'm assuming that these are all blushes, and then these two are highlights. So that's how I've been using it anyway. But I think I'm gonna hop into this highlight here. Yes. And we're gonna go in and use this as our first highlight. Going with this fan brush here. Whoo! Jesus. That nice. I don't really think I'm gonna need to go in with a second highlighter, because I wasn't really expecting that. Man, I think may have went in with too much, so I'm gonna dull it down a little bit. But that's very beautiful on my skin. Gosh, just try to blend this in a little bit more, just so it's not crazy. Which I don't think it. I mean, you can't ever go wrong with highlighter. I mean, if you want to glow to the gods, you have that right. Okay. Actually, gonna take a little bit on the nose here, so we can glow to the gods. I'm gonna go in with this blush brush, and I'm gonna go in with this shade first. Do a little mixture today. And now I'm gonna take some of this shade Toby here, and this shade was Neo, just so you know. So I'm gonna go in with Toby and add a little pop of color on the cheeks. Oh, that is so freaking pretty. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason I wanted this freaking palette, because I knew it was gonna work great for me. The colors were just too perfect. Bow, bow, wow. That nice. I'm actually gonna go in with a tad bit of this Our Heart Revolution setting powder. Sculpt out the bottom of our cheeks here. I'm gonna take the bottom of this beauty blender, because it's so angled at the end, just so we can have a better angle. I'm just gonna let that chill there for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and coat our eyelashes with this Falsies Push Up Drama mascara by Maybelline. And I usually don't coat my lashes until after I put my falsies on, but I've been finding that coating your lashes, your actual lashes before you put the falsies on, help them to stick a lot better. So we're not gonna go on with any liner today either. We're just gonna go as natural as possible. We're also gonna go ahead and coat our bottom lower lashes as well. I'm gonna go ahead and whisk the rest of this powder off of our cheeks here. And go in with this all-nighter makeup setting spray by Urban Decay, and so it can pick up any of this leftover powder that we might have. Alright, now we're gonna go on with our falsies, and these are actually brand spanking new by Anastasia Beverly Hills. We're gonna pop these, and they're in the style So Hollywood. So let's look Hollywood today, babe. I may have to go in and cut these because they might be a little long. I don't know yet. So, all right, while those are getting tacky, we're gonna go in and do our lips. I'm gonna go in with this Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick by L'Oreal and Le Chocolat. You guys know I love this stuff. It smells so good. And then we're gonna top it off with this Alminar lip gloss by Alminar. I think I'm saying that right. Probably not. It's called Mother of the Pearl Gloss. So. Gonna go in and coat our lips here. Lashes should be tacky by now, so we're just gonna pop these on. Give our face one last spritz. All right, boys and girls. Oh. Well, you guys, that completes today's look. Turned out pretty good. First, I wasn't really feeling the eyeshadow look, but it's growing on me. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today, chit-chatting it up with me. Can't wait to do it again. I hope to see you in the next one.